Shout out to Erica, my homegirl, keeping it real in her cubicle and shit. Nah, one of my subs, Erica, and thank you for the idea, asked me to react to Chris Hansen and To Catch a Predator. Well, I think the first Predator, and I did watch, I watched a bunch of them back in the day, but he's got like a newer version now. It's sexier and, more depraved, and Chris Hansen's all in for that shit. But I think the first Predator they need to catch is fucking Chris Hansen. Let me tell you something right now. That guy, he just gives off sleazy porn director vibe. I'm sorry. Just what you would do if you have a show like this, I would think, is you get these guys in there, and I know you got to make TV, so have them come to the door, have the little 19-year-old fake model come and be like, "Want some Kool-Aid? Come on in. Then maybe you could fuck me." And, the big fat slovenly guy with the glasses and tape holding him together comes in and sweats all over the place, and then police come in and arrest him. That's what should happen. Chris Hansen's got to make sure he's the star of this show about saving children. What he likes to do, that motherfucker's a voyeur. Let me tell you that right now. Because he loves those texts. He loves those sexy texts from the perverts, and he's got a whole little sex file. He comes out, so when a pervert comes in, they always come into the house, too. What the fuck? There was only one guy, and it's actually on the one I saw, I'll talk about that in a minute, who didn't come in the house that I saw. 9 times out of 10, listen, I don't want to help child molesters out or anything like that, but if you see a nice suburban house and there's a little girl or a boy outside going, "Hey, why don't you come on in? We have brownies and cookies, and then you can fuck me." You know who else is going to be there trying to fuck you and not in the way you want? Chris Hansen. His ass is going to be there. Fucking, he's a smug motherfucker. I don't like his ass. And I know how this sounds because he's supposed to be like the hero of the show. All right, let's go back to why he annoys me so much. Because he always has to read all the text and show these blurred pictures and hint at shit. He's a voyeur. He's got a wax stack. He's saving all those fucking texts. Where do they go? They ever check where they go afterwards? All the texts and all the pictures. He's got glossy photos of their genitalia. I mean, they send it on a cell phone. This fucker had to print it out, put it in a fucking in a file somewhere, sit and beat off on it at night, and then, go like, "I can't wait to confront him. It's going to be sexy." So he always does this shit. He comes out, he goes, "So, balls, 1, 2, 3. Why don't you have a seat for a second?" They always sit down. And South Park touched on this once. How do they all just sit down for his ass? Does he have a fucking pervert magnet in his pocket? Where it's just like, they're trying to get away. Just their fat ass is like glued to a stool or something like that. Okay, so then they usually go, my favorite. "So, what are you doing here tonight? What are you doing here tonight, little smug motherfucker?" I want to slap him. And I know how bad this sounds, but I've always, secretly, in a way, I've always rooted for the pervert. I would stab him, punch him in the fucking face. Chris Hansen doesn't come out with a machine gun. Chris Hansen doesn't come out with an axe and be like, "You better sit the fuck down." Chris Hansen comes out in his little, Armani suit and comes out there and be like, "Why don't you just have a seat for a second? Why don't you just have a seat? Why don't you just have a seat for a second? Why don't you just have a seat? Did you see this glossy photo of your penis? Was that what you meant when you just wanted to hang out? You wanted your penis to hang out in that boy's mouth? Is that what you meant? Come on, I'm ready. I'm almost there. Tell me more. What did you want to do to him? You mentioned hot sauce and a bird. I'm interested." The fuck? Whoop his ass. Whoop his fucking ass. I feel I need to make this disclaimer one more time so nobody gets all bent out of shape about it. All of these people that show up to have sex with underage, under 18 boys or girls should have their nuts immediately cut off. Let me take over that show. I would not come out there and be like, "Hey, so did you mean you were just going to hang out with her when you said, 'Oh, I want to flip you over, spit in your pussy, kick you in the head 5 times, jizz on your asshole, look at the jizz on your asshole, then get a straw, suck the jizz out of your asshole and spit it onto your face, and then sing some show tunes while you pee on me'? Is that what you meant by just hanging out?" I wouldn't go in all that shit. No, what I'd be like, okay, pervert, here's the deal. You know who I am. I'm the new host of the show. We got rid of the smarmy fuck. Here's the deal. What's going to happen right now? You can either get arrested, so there's the cop right here, or you can go with this nice surgeon over here who's going to cut your genitalia off. We're not going to be too brutal about it. We won't be like Iraq or anything. We'll give you a Tylenol, but either get neutered, go to jail. Neutered, jail. End of show, roll credits. That's all the fuck you have to do. So the one I saw today was I think he was a National Guard. First of all, they said ex-veteran gets caught by Chris Hansen. I'm like, oh man, this guy must have been in some serious shit. He was in the fucking, what was he, in the Coast Guard or some shit? I guess he did serve in Iraq. They mentioned that too. He's the dorkiest soldier I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like, so, I don't remember his name, so I'll just call him Military Dick 123. Like, Military Dick 123 was trying to lure our 19-year-old model. We worked with the agency of bored house parents who think they're cops. I'm sorry, like perverted justice and stuff. You know, those people that lure people offline. Isn't that entrapment? I mean, I'm just saying, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I'm in this case, I'm for entrapment, but whatever. So, like, you know, we work with perverted justice and these bored soccer moms, and we put pictures up of their kids so that these perverts could beat off to them and hopefully come over. They say they put up pictures of actual 12, 13-year-olds. Do they get the permission of these 12 or 13-year-olds? Or do they... Is Chris Hansen, is that from his fucking personal perv stack on Snapchat that he's got hidden from his kids or whatever the fuck? Be like, shit, I got a 12-year-old. We could use this girl's picture. Oops, she's naked. Nope. No, just the face on this one. I got it. I got a boy, too, if you need one. Right here. Look. So they put up these pictures, but they blur the kids out. I'm sure the kids feel real good about that. And if you're the parent of one of these kids you're allowing to be used for this show, you should be shot, like, several times. Even after you've died. You should be shot repeatedly until your body is nothing but... There'll just be a bunch of guns involved with your death. Because that's horrible. Fucking, in this day and age, you can, like, get one of those 19-year-old models that you use as the decoy to take a fucking picture and put them up there. They're putting actual pictures of children online. I don't care if the parents say it's okay. It ain't okay with my ass. That's not cool. You don't do that to them. I mean, what if somebody recognizes them? You know, like a couple of years later, be like, hey, dude, I've seen you someplace before. Oh, it's my first year in high school. No. Oh, you're the one who got my dad busted. Yeah. My dad was Jingle Nuts 578. Yeah, you said you were going to swallow it, but really Chris Hansen came out and he was all smarmy and my dad just shot himself. And didn't Chris Hansen get in trouble for something like that? Didn't a guy commit suicide? Look, I'm for the guy committing suicide. He was a pervert, obviously. But they did this entrapment deal where they lure these perverts in. And like I said, there's got to be a legal way to do it. Do we have to do it with cameras? Honestly, do we? Is it public shaming? Okay, I'm down for that. There's other ways of doing it. Like I said, let's make the neutering of them live on cable. Why not? If you want to do public shaming, get rid of him. He's it. Chris Hansen makes me side with child molesters. There, I just said it. Chris Hansen makes me want to fucking... there's so many times I'm sitting there watching these. There's a big fat fuck, the trucker or somebody like that sitting in the kitchen. I'm like, there's a knife somewhere. Why are you still listening to this smarmy asshole? Maybe if they switched hosts, like, have Ryan Seacrest do it. He seems friendly. have Kathy Lee Gifford or Oprah come out or something like that. But baby, we need to talk about you and these dick pics. You fucking them children, ain't you? Come on, tell me the truth. Tell mama the truth. So this dorky soldier comes in and they always have to make everything super dramatic, even though it really isn't that dramatic. Like, they sent some text out, be like, hey, does anybody want to party tonight? And this soldier answered. He's like, I'd like to party tonight. And they're like, and it gets more insidious from there when he actually comes to the front door and tries to lure our decoy outside. And you have, like, they cut back to, like, the parents, like, that lure the people in, like, acting like they're really doing something. They're typing on laptops. They're probably just sitting there, like, so fucking bored right now. They've got a camera on us, telling us to make it look like we're doing something. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting there, like, what the fuck are the parents going to do at that point? You need to get rid of them. They're the lure. They're the people that bring them in. Get the fuck rid of them. Now let the police take over. And get rid of Chris Hansen. So he's like, yeah, the guy, we see him, the guy who's supposed to protect us becomes the predator because they have night vision and he's walking around the house. Well, you told him to come over. You fucking told him. The little bitch told him to come over. It's like, hey, I'm going to be here. Ooh, my vagina needs a pounding. Ooh, I'm innocent. Look. And the guy's like looking around. And then he's skeezy. He gets to the front door and tries, he's talking to the girl saying, hey, can you come out? Can you come out? I want to fuck you. I want to come out. Again, nuts should be cut off. Should be in jail. All for it. He's a fucking dick. But they're like heightening up. They're like, we've never seen anything like this. He's trying to lure the girl out of the house. No shit. Predators don't do shit like that. That's just odd. Predators always bake a cake, come over, play video games with you, gently fuck you, and then leave. What the fuck are you talking about? This is like a first-time thing. Like, he's trying to lure a little bitch out of the house. So the actress really pumps it up at this point because she don't know what to do. They haven't given her much direction. She's standing there. Chris Hansen's pussy ass is somewhere in the back. This 19-year-old actor, she's some bored theater student, got nothing else to do, so she took this $50 gig. Now she's regretting it. She's wearing like her little hoodie. The soldier's like, come on out. I'll take you driving. First of all, he's got big Coke bottle glasses. He looks like the biggest dork I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm like, this is who's defending our country? This motherfucker? Are you serious? Fucking ISIS or Al Qaeda ain't gonna run from him. They're gonna laugh at him. They're gonna pants him. They're gonna pull his pants down, laugh at him, and run away. That's what's gonna happen. Probably why he's trying to go underage pussy, because everybody laughs when he pulls his pants down. But he's like, would you like to go out and eat? And she's like, I don't know. I'm worried you have a gun. Could you spin around 5 times and show me you don't have a gun? So the pervert even thinks it's weird. You know it's bad when the pervert thinks it's weird. So he's like, like circling around on the front porch of this house. She goes, I'd really feel better if you come inside. You're worried about this guy having a gun. They need to work on the scripts on this show. You're worried about him having a gun, but you would feel better if he came into your house, your pretend house. That's who's writing this shit? Is this fucking like Stephen King? Or what the fuck is going on? So eventually comes out, and Chris Hansen has a talking to with Chris Hansen's pervert file. Be like, so what are you doing here tonight? What are you doing here tonight? Guy's like, oh, I guess I messed up. And I think we have a few of these guys misunderstood, because so many of these guys, from what I've watched on YouTube from To Catch a Predator, have come over just to simply guide these kids. I mean, listen to them. I mean, these are innocent people that Chris Hansen is picking on when all they're trying to do is guide them the right way, and maybe they showed 1 or 2 pictures of the genitals. Big fucking deal. They were trying to show them the dangers of the internet, and they came over just to talk with them and warn them and maybe hang out. And they brought alcohol, so what? Big fucking deal. And maybe condoms. You don't know if they're going to use it with them. Maybe they were going to go, get a street crack whore or something after they hung out with... Who the fuck? How is believing this story? I can't believe they still use the same story with Chris Hansen. Let's get on their ass for a minute. Well, I was just here to guide them the right way and tell them that, what they were doing is wrong. And, sending me pictures of their titties and, their assholes was, while enjoyable, it's going to get them in trouble, obviously. And I just really wanted to hang out. I'm looking for a friend. I thought I could be a father figure. Because I know so many hot 16-year-old girls or 16-year-old guys who are hanging out with some 50-year-old dude. No, if you see like a pretty 16-year-old girl or a 16-year-old guy hanging out at the mall with a guy who's like, 60 and fat and got warts on his face and like following him around every 5 seconds. Listen, the only thing that's going on is that kid's being held hostage. You need to call the cops. He's got a gun like right behind his back, like, you're gonna fuck me after I buy you this new toy. You're gonna fucking fuck me. Oh, Chris Hansen, little dirty motherfucker with his little pervert files. I love it. I do love that part though. When he comes out, it's like, so did you mean you're just gonna hang out with him, right? The pervert's like, yeah, I was just gonna, guide him the right way. And so when you said, I would like you to suck on my balls until I reach climax, and then right before I reach climax, bend me over and stick a dildo in me, were you just hanging out then? And look, you have lots of filthy pictures we couldn't even show. I stayed up all night looking at these filthy, horrible, hot pictures. You have a 6-pack and, Chris Hansen likey. And this one where you said you wanted to take a funnel and some lube and, I can't even repeat that. That's so foul, but I'll think about it later. Okay. I'm against perverts. I'm against Chris Hansen. Okay. New show. Me in charge. Cops here, wait for the pervert to walk in. We can even have the little bitch and bastard actress, but go out there, you little motherfucker, pretend you're 5. Go out there, ride a tricycle around the block or something, be like, mister, do you want to buy me candy? And then when you get the pervert, if they stab you on the way in, it's not our fault, by the way. You got to sign a waiver, you little asshole. And then when they finally come in, I'm coming out. I ain't going to talk that long. I'm going to say is, pervert, here's your option. You know the show now, right? Dick cut off, or you go to the jail. Dick cut off or go to jail. End of fucking show. No smarmy file. No wax stack. No me putting blurry pictures up. Chris Hansen's a voyeur. Something's wrong with him. You know why he's doing this? I just thought of it. Chris Hansen he probably made this show so that he would never get busted. I want to see his fucking hard drive. I would love to see what's going on with that motherfucker. It's always those guys pointing the finger at everybody else that's doing some sick shit. You know now, because if you saw Chris Hansen at your house, you'd feel safe, wouldn't you? You had a kid. You're like, shit, it's Chris Hansen. I just came over to hang out with your kid for a while. Really? Yeah, we're actually going to have a sting later, so if you guys could leave while I hang out with your hot nubile boy over here, that's okay. We're going to have police come later. Yeah, it's going to be cool. You'd be like, oh, it's fucking Chris Hansen. Cool. He's getting plenty of underage ass. I'll bet you anything. He's up to some sick shit. Get rid of Chris Hansen. Keep the show going.